Welcome back, everyone, to the Indy Family and Friends Forum. Very special sponsor guest. And as the TV ad goes, I'm also a client. So it's Nona Prather. Nona with Prather Marketing Services. She runs with her husband. And I've known her for 8 years and know her work in promoting speakers, and was so excited when she hung out the shingle to do this, and has helped many of our clients. And it's some of that blocking and tackling you need to be a professional speaker. And with that, I'd like to introduce Nona and give her the stage.
All right. Thank you, Henry, for inviting me to share. Hi, I'm Nona, and I am an agent for professional speakers, consultants, and entertainers. I get asked all the time, what topic is selling right now? It's a good question, but there's a catch. I had a client a while back who spoke about mental health in the workplace. Her only qualifying factor to speak on this topic is that she struggles with mental health herself. Sometimes, if you're a really great speaker, this is all you need, but most of the time, decision makers are looking for more qualifying factors than that. And I'll be straight up with all of you. We struggled with selling her. Then she had the idea of talking about ethics. So she completely changed her topic. She thought this topic was sexier and would get more sales. The problem is she didn't have a background in ethics either. Her background was interpreting. She's very smart. She knows multiple languages. So I suggested talking about culture and communication, but she didn't like my idea because it didn't sell, her words. We ended up parting ways because she said she needed to figure out her path. Then last week, she sent me a one sheet about employee retention because she had heard that that was the hot topic at the moment. I politely declined and asked her to revisit later. So if you want to be a great speaker, you have to have passion for the subject. Like I said, your own experience can be enough as long as you have the passion that comes out on stage. But credentials do help, of course. If you're like many potential clients who come to me, you might have many passions, which is great, but you need to pick a few and the one that you know best. So my tip number one is be specific and find a niche. Narrow down your focus to 1 or 2 topics. Once you do that, finding paid speaking opportunities becomes a lot easier. And when I hear I want more paid speaking gigs, I immediately think of these questions. What industry resonates with your topic? What is your target audience? What type of event fits your speaking style? Is it small groups, big groups, virtual, in-person, big stage, or breakout? How much experience do you have and what qualifies you to present this subject? And think outside the box here. You need to be able to stand out from a crowd. Leadership speakers, for example, there are thousands of leadership speakers out there. And so why would they choose you over the other many leadership speakers? If you're more specific and say, I want to speak at trade associations for electricians, I know exactly what you're asking and I know how to help you. Vague and general is actually harder to find opportunities for. So be specific, be clear. Finding gigs will become much simpler when you are too. So tip number 2 is what to say to a meeting planner when you actually get them on the phone. And this is what I do every day for my clients. I'll tell you what I believe works best. I've made thousands upon thousands of calls to executive directors, conference coordinators, and HR managers. If you know someone from their organization, or if you've attended one of their events in the past, tell them that. Tell them how their event or conference has impacted your life. You're trying to build a relationship, so don't pitch your services on the first or even second meeting. It's simply getting to know them. What to do instead, compliment their event, ask the right questions, but don't take up too much of their time, and send a conversational but informative email with a summary. This email can include, of course, thank them for their time, 2 to 3 sentences on who you are and what you speak about, 3 takeaways about how you can help their audience with their message, and follow up a few days later. If they don't reply, wait for another week and try again. Ultimately, you should be starting to reach out 12 to 6 months in advance of the event. However, I have been finding lately that the decision time is much shorter than it used to be. I just booked a client yesterday for an event on March 16th. That's less than 2 weeks away. So they're still waiting down to the wire. In this uncertain decision time that's happening right now, don't get discouraged. Just keep trying. That's my main tip. So tip 3 is attend conferences. When you attend the conferences and events that you want to speak at, you'll get to know conference organizers and audience and decision makers. It's a lot easier to attend now that we have more hybrid virtual conferences happening. Once you start hanging with the right crowd, you'll be able to network on social media and mingle with them virtually. You want to remain top of mind at all times without being annoying or pushy. You'll be remembered when they choose the next round of speakers. It will give you a leg up if you have a relationship with a decision maker already. Tip number 4, ask for referrals. Never be afraid to ask. Whether you are chosen for a particular event or not, you can say, if you know of any other events where I would be a good fit, please forward my information on. I would greatly appreciate it. I attend a lot of networking meetings virtually. It's very vital to my business and getting the word out of my clients. Decision makers talk to each other. If they're talking about you, then obviously you're a shoo-in. Networking with other professionals in the same field as you is great referral sources too. They may be unable to attend an event and they could forward the information on to you or refer you to go to that. So my last and final tip, number 5, is have your materials ready at all times. If you're looking for specific items that all meeting planners ask for, you will need a 1-sheet, which Henry has a great template that he provides clients. And then this sheet should always include 3 audience takeaways or pain points that you will solve. Takeaway number 1, your audience will learn how to utilize, X number of steps to lead a winning team. Takeaway number 2, each audience member receives a workbook or a copy of your book. Then maybe something mushy that pulls at the heartstrings. So number 3, they will leave with a sense of ownership in the company. Those are just some examples. Another item that is important to send is a short demo video, and multiple demo video options are even better. I was at a conference with Tim Gard, who is a fabulous person and speaker, and I heard him say that he is always updating his demo videos with every presentation that he gives. You don't want to send a potential video that is 2 years old. Chances are you look and act very different than you did before. Keep the demo video short and sweet. I have a client who has several 30-second video clips in his library that I can go in and choose. That the best depends on the event that I'm pitching him for. I would say definitely no longer than 3 minutes. They have valuable time and they don't want to watch an entire book on tape. So this will help if you don't already have a relationship. Then they feel like they somewhat know you before they pass the idea of bringing you in onto their team. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope my tips have helped. If you want to talk more one-on-one, please reach out, and I'd love to discover how I can help build up your contact list and help find more, hopefully paid speaking engagements.